And good morning, everyone, or evening, afternoon, whatever it is in your time zone. I'm Trainer Towa. I have a little cold today, so I'm going to keep the face cam off just in case I cough or sneeze. I want to be able to do that all off camera. But we are going to take on some story mode today. So since I am part of the tester squad, I got a little bit of early access. So I have up to chapter 5 unlocked. So I was going to ask the people who got here early. We're going to do some chapter mode for sure, and then maybe some PvP battles. But for chapter mode, would you guys want to see like chapter 1 or 2, one of the chapter you guys are on, or chapter 5, which is like the additional challenges and how hard they are? If we go here to my story challenge, I believe I have up to chapter 5 I've been working on and testing. So I've been able to get 27 stars in each chapter so far, and I've used a B and A team for that. But in chapter 5 I've been using my main team because it gets pretty hard. So yeah, if I do chapter 5, there might be a little bit of spoilers in the story, but you can also see how hard it is and what you need to do to prep. All right, so it looks like there's not a ton of people saying no, so we'll do chapter 5, even if there are a few spoilers in it. So let me just make sure I have some unfreezable pets in this wallet, so they're not getting fed. They're just gonna suffer, so we'll go take care of the ones that'll actually freeze. And then this is who I've been training for a little bit. So I maxed out attack. I went against my own advice, which is to evenly train. But I'm just mindlessly training at work. So I just have maxed out the attack on these 3 pets. And now I'm maxing out resistance. Yeah, so we're gonna hop into the story mode here. I got my armor set from the armor sale. So we're going to, normally I don't activate love boost, but I was prepping a little bit before the stream and made sure that all my pets were ready. So we'll activate it on 2. Open my daily box. Hi everyone. So yeah, here we have Kai, my favorite Cryptomon, my profile picture. We got Fish Sticks, Amber. This is my Gen 0 and my Ice type aura. This is the air element. I recently traded with one of my guild members to help complete my aura collection. Flying Dutchman, my quest pet. This was actually one of the first Cryptomon bred since I was doing testing on the I was doing testing for the breeding feature, so this was, I believe, the 3rd or 4th Cryptomon ever bred. Another trade within my guild to help me finish my aura collection. As you can see here, my Hydra user. Hydra is super good for story mode challenge because there are some star challenges that require you to not use physical attacks, and the Hydra burn really helps with those. We'll see if we get any of those today. And then these are some of my water ghosts that I've been breeding. I'm building a water empire. So I'm just breeding them, trying to get them better. This one has, it's a solid pet, 97 main element, 99 attack, 99 resistance, 88 stamina. This pet looks great. And then you look at the very bottom there, 63 Constitution. So brutal, but I'm going to try and breed it out of that. So I don't get 63 Constitution. So super tank, but it's not healthy. It's going to get killed quick. All right, so we'll hop into chapter 5 now in the story challenge. All right, so just a quick warning for everyone that's here. There might be a few spoilers in terms of like creatures and characters that we encounter. So if that's something you don't want to see, it might be best to tune out. But you can see here at the top is a rewards track. We're going to get 5 training tickets at 3. We're going to get a bronze box at 6. We're going to get a silver consumable box at 9. We're going to get 4 star tickets at 15. And this resets every day once you unlock this chapter. We're going to get a gold consumable box, and we're going to get 2 armor scraps if we manage to complete all the challenges. So really good once you get here, and then I'm going to show you how difficult it is to actually complete this challenge. So you're going to need to make sure your team is trained for sure. So stage 1, we have to win the battle, of course, generate 6 charges from defensive spells, easy, and knock out the final Cryptomon using an elemental spell. So this is what I would consider like a low difficulty stage challenge, because I can do all of these with 1 pet. So we'll go in here, it's 6 defensive and then an elemental knockout. So we can do this with just 1 pet. We'll go in, doesn't really matter my spells. I'm gonna skip this so you guys can experience the story yourself. So what I like to do is I like to get my challenges out of the way as quick as I can. That way I don't forget or mess up or do anything that might risk me not getting those stars. Sorry about that. I'll have to mute my mic. I thought I would be able to get far enough away. So it looks like we're doing a little bit of shield spamming, but that's okay for me because I need to generate 6 charges. So, all right, so that's 6 charges. And let me know if you guys like this overlay more. It should, I know in the past I've had like water stuff cover up part of the screen. So here I get to keep our socials at the top, and then you should be able to see everything that's important. So as you can see here, my Cryptomon is still being nerfed a little because that's something we do in story mode. If you see this on your Cryptomon, it means you've trained too much or you've trained too well as one of our OG players. So we nerf your Cryptomon just a little bit to have a little bit more fun in the story mode. That way you're not just stomping everything. But as you get to the higher levels, you're gonna feel it. So you can see here, I just have 520 health. And my opponent has 510, so there is a chance I lose this. I'm actually going to ultimate because I don't believe it kills, and that's super fortunate for me. I'm going to be able to complete all of my quests in one go here. Yeah, Max, me too. I'm not a huge fan of, I like to call it like the pea shooter mouth. I don't know if you've ever seen Plants vs. Zombies. But the circular mouth has never been something that really drives my interest, I guess. It's never peaked it. I really like kind of the flat face, similar to Kai, which is why I think Kai is like the perfect example of a fish head. It's blue body, blue fish head, super sleek. It's got like the eyebrows that look like fins. Embodiment of what I think a fish head should be. And then I got fish sticks, which is actually, you might see me tease Hack about it from time to time. Hack or Brian showed me this Cryptomon, and it's actually the best water aura Cryptomon. So, you know, I had to pick it up and have it as the title of water trainer. So we finished stage 1. That was, I would say, one of the easier ones. Just spam some shields and then make sure you knock out the final Cryptomon with an elemental spell. For me, if I can do it with 1 Cryptomon, I try and do that because the 3v3s take a long time. So that's 5 star tickets, a huge amount of star tickets there. or not star tickets, training tickets. And I'm doing a ton of training, so these 5 a day really add up. So we got a super fortunate here. Like I said, these challenges are RNG, so I kind of just got lucky here. It's win the battle, knock out a Cryptomon with a physical attack, and then knock out my opponent's final Cryptomon using a physical attack. So as long as I don't load in and get a bad elemental matchup, we're actually going to switch to Hydra here since he has my highest physical attack. As long as I don't get a bad matchup here, I should be able to just spam bite. And I'm going to, or not bite, I forget what the, no, I think it is bite on fire types actually. I can't, on the phone, I don't, yeah, it is bite. But yeah, I'm gonna skip some of the story stuff because I don't want to spoil anything. So, Paul, I just tabbed over to the YouTube part. Constitution is used in the calculation of shielding, one of the moves or spells you can use in the game, and as well as your total HP. So my 542 in the top left is a combination of my Constitution and stamina. So yeah, by the time you hit chapter 5, I think if you want to optimally clear it with 27 stars each day, you're going to need to be at least level 40 and maybe some armor. So another super lucky, I almost want to say like seed, if you guys have heard of that. That's like the set RNG. I have a super lucky seed this run since my first 2 challenges have been done with just 1 pet in a 1v1. So that gets me to my bronze chest. Yeah, the Guardian armor set, I think visually might be one of my least favorites. So I believe I have the Vanquisher, or the Conqueror helm is on fish sticks. Then I have the Vanquisher helm, which is like the balance set on amber. And then if we go over to Hydra, this is my Guardian helm to kind of buff his defenses. And it's just a very big helmet with that huge, almost like mane on the top. Because these two don't have like, it's all pretty condensed. And then this one you definitely have, or like a mohawk. It almost gives them like a mohawk going off. But I still don't know which armor is my favorite. I've done some play testing. I've swapped them around. For me, it's just too early to tell which armor is going to be the best. My mindset when I go into games is you can't do damage when you're dead. So I try and do whatever I can to make sure I'm not dead, which would be health. All right, so here we're gonna move on to stage 3. As you can see, I've one shot every stage before this, so I've gotten 6 stars. So stage 3 is win the battle, have 4 elemental charges at the end of the battle, and don't use any ultimate spells during the battle. Once again, I think this is a pretty easy set of 3. I just need to make sure that I don't forget and use an ultimate spell. Oh, and I get a super lucky matchup here in the 1v1. So the first thing I'm going to do, this actually might be an ice ghost. So if it steals my charges here, it might be a little difficult to end with 4 charges. I'll need to make sure I end with a physical attack while I already have 2 charges. So we'll see if he steals here. I think 2 of these will kill. Yeah, through the evade it does 101, so if he doesn't block, my charges are no ultimate and 4 charges at the end of battle. So another one of these should end the game and get me another 3-star. So, like I said, going into these, I try and do 1v1s if possible, because one, it will cost me less items if I only have to heal one pet after the battle. And two, it's a little bit quicker. And if you guys are multi-accounting, which we 100% can see on like the back end and stuff, and we have no systems in place to stop that yet, if you're trying to complete these challenges on like 4 or 5 accounts a day, you're gonna want to make sure you're doing it quick. But I don't think I encourage that. I think if you focus on one account and grind up and make sure your pets are strong and grind the armor there. Because if you spread too thin, you might not be able to complete all 27 stars. All right, so we finished the first 3 stages, 3 stars each, which means we get like the basic rewards of the day, which is 5 tickets, a silver consumable chest, and then another bronze chest. So the next thing on the track is 4 star tickets, which is actually really valuable because between this and the dojo mode, you're going to be getting 7 star tickets a day once you're on chapter 5. All right, so stage 4 here is win the battle. Obviously the standard. Knock out the final Cryptomon with a spell and finish with the Cryptomon that has less than 20% health. So I think this is another one we can do with a 1v1. And we'll just need to make sure we'll figure out 20%. So 10% is going to be 56.8. Double that puts us at like 113. So we need to be less than 113 health. So less than 13 health. And I already forgot, and you can't check your challenges in game. So if you think you forgot one of them, definitely back out and look at it first. So knock him out with an elemental spell. So I need to knock out with an elemental spell and be below 113 health, give or take. And you might see some of the character names on the bottom right. You'll get introduced to these characters as you play through the story mode, but I don't want to spoil that for anyone who's into the lore of the game. So it's a small spoiler of some of the pets they have, but you'll be able to read about them and see why we are battling where we are and kind of what stakes are on the line. So it looks pretty lucky for me. It looks like Jackie's alternate type or secondary type is water, which means they should be able to get me down below that 113 threshold. And then it was knockout with an elemental spell, or my 2. Because yeah, like I said, there's no buttons to let you check. There's a forfeit up here in the top left, settings in the top right. There are no buttons to check your challenges. So if I'm playing on PC, I'll take a screenshot and throw it on the second monitor or in like a notepad. And then on my phone, I'll just back out and make sure I remembered it. But yeah, I would definitely make sure you don't want to miss a quest just because you forgot what it was. Because you do get, every day you do get, ooh, I believe the -2 will kill here, but I need to get below 113 with my quick math. I did the math in my head. I'm not sure. Well, this is definitely below 20%, and I need to knock out with an elemental spell. I don't know if I'll do 83 damage. This is gonna be close. Okay, 96. Once again, super great run for me so far. I've been able to one-shot all of the objectives. But if I didn't, you get 3 free replays a day. So it's not the end of the world if you miss the objective once or twice or even 3 times. But after that, you'll have to start buying the stamina potions if you really want to complete and get those bonus stars. So as you can see here, even though I'm in chapter 5, if you play correct, you're not even going to need those 3 free replays a day. You just need to make sure you know those challenges going in. And I've gotten pretty lucky. I think these are the easiest challenges I've gotten so far. So we have stage 5 here, which is win the battle. Use a spell that triggers elemental efficiency 3 times. And knock out a Cryptomon using a spell with elemental efficiency. So these spells, or these challenges, go hand in hand. So it'll be pretty easy to do. But it's kind of hard sometimes just to get a matchup where you have elemental efficiency. So when I get these matchups, I go in with 3 pets just to maximize my odds of having one of them that'll have elemental efficiency. So I'll bring in fish sticks, a little bit. This is actually not fully optimal since these are both secondary ghost type. But then I bring in Amber, who is ground electric, which means I have ground, electric, water, ghost, fire. So I have 5 types, so there's a good chance that at least one of my opponents I'm going to have elemental efficiency over. And just to double check my challenges, I need to trigger elemental efficiency 3 times, and I need to knock out with elemental efficiency. So this is going to be my first 3v3. So it looks like we have a ghost and an electric, which I have elemental efficiency over, both with Amber. So Amber is going to come in clutch here. So we'll build up to 4 charges, and we won't go much higher since they have a ghost on the team. I know the AI tends to spam panic attack a little bit, so I really try to not give them a good opportunity to do that. So we have our first elemental efficiency spell trigger there. We will swap back into my physical attacker. And since Hydra's not going to do anything for me this game quest-wise, I don't really care if he takes damage. Oh, a little bit of a slip up there. I should have used my shock attack, which would have triggered elemental efficiency. All right, so we need to build up some charges, so we'll swap into Hydra, which is my highest physical attack pet. Build up some charges here. Swap back in and get an elemental efficient. Ooh, I was hoping that might kill there to knock out another one of my star challenges, but they got a nice evade there. Oh, perfect. So if they leave this Electro type in, I can swap in Amber, or whenever that Electro comes out, I'll swap in Amber and knock it out to complete one of my star challenges. So in a tournament match or a PvP match, I would not leave in a water against an air type because the air is going to be hitting me harder. But fish sticks is tough, and I want to preserve the health on my other Cryptomon. So I'm going to let fish sticks kind of take a little bidding here. They shield. I have nothing that... I guess I have Ghost secondary on my water type, but I know I'm going to get the elemental triggers on the other pets, so I just want to get this battle over, so I'm going to drop Hydra on the air here. See, we get the Hydra proc there, which is going to get this battle over. They're shielding. I think if I attack here, the AI is going to panic attack me with... and I don't want them to get charges, so I'm fine doing a neutral panic attack just to set them to 0. So as you can see here, in this chapter... the debuffs on your pet, as you can see here, the training levels decrease are down to scale. This is the first chapter in chapter 5 for people that have joined late, where the opponent has actually been stronger than my pets in a few categories. So as you can see, even with this bronze armor on, my pet has 542 max health, and that air type had 580, and this ghost has 586. So as you get through the harder challenges, you're going to see harder pets, and if you just joined, after we finish this battle, we'll look at the rewards track again to see why it's worth it to complete these higher chapters, because the rewards are nice. And kind of a good thing here, Amber's physical attack is so low, I have no worries about attacking here to build up charges. That way I complete the other challenge of knocking out the pet with an elemental efficient spell. Ooh, and we just avoid death there on the crit. And I sometimes, it's just a thing I do. I want to make sure that I get this challenge done in one go. So I'm going to swap out, take the shield, and get another elemental efficient proc and knockout. That way I know I got my 3 stars for this mode. So we're going to skip through the story here. I don't want to spoil anything beyond just the pets that you see here. So we can look at the end screen. Their health bars, the HP pool is actually kind of like troubling, I would say, compared to the earlier chapters. You're actually going to see some pets that can put up a fight. So that puts me over halfway done with the total number of stars and gets me my 4 star tickets. So between this and the dojo, I'm going to get 7 star tickets today, which is almost a full level between level 40 and 50, which is huge. Hey Parrot, yep, so we're on chapter 5. As you can see, I got a little bit of early access. 1, I'm on the team. 2, I'm a tester. So I've climbed up to chapter 5. So we did a little bit of a vote early on if you guys wanted me to do one of the chapters you guys would be on and replay it, like chapter 1 and 2, or go to the very end. So you get 2 scraps every day in chapter 5. I believe scraps max out in the normal and hero mode at the very end, which I haven't unlocked yet. But no, this is a rewards track for 5. You're gonna get 5 training tickets, a bronze chest, a silver consumable chest, 4 star tickets, a gold consumable chest, and 2 armor scraps. So we're actually gonna back out here and make sure all of my pets are at 100% HP, a little bit not max efficiency. Oh yeah, as you can see, Hydra's been taking a beating since they were doing some of the one-on-one challenges I was doing for the stars. And I finished my normal quest this week. I think this week was pretty much like a pay to progress, as a lot of them had silver and maybe even gold items. So good for rewards, bad for free-to-play players that are just playing with them. Yes, so I have earned 3 armor scraps. So once story mode went live, rewards started going out. So I believe this is from when I was in chapter 4, I think. I think chapter 4 might be 1. And I was chapter 4 with like 3 days. But if you bought one of the armor sets, that's equivalent to 20 scraps. So I might get a little bit ahead of you guys in terms of armor scraps, or I'll just make some armor and give it away. That way it's fair for everyone. But yeah, I have 15. Sorry. Like I said, I have a little cold, so I started laughing. I have 1,500 star tickets, and then or 1,500 normal tickets and 137 star tickets. But yeah, I wailed a little bit when the game started because I wanted to get the first maxed out pet, which is Amber. And I don't know if it's still this way, but silver chests actually offered the most training tickets per dollar. Gold was actually a little less efficient because I believe it was $10 for a silver chest and 12 tickets, and $20 for a gold chest and 20 tickets. So when I was maxing out training, I spammed some silver boxes. That way I could have enough tickets to get the first maxed out pet. Regretted a little bit because I got a max out pet, but what did it cost, you know? That's a ton of silver boxes. So we'll continue in chapter 5. Like I said, we've gotten a pretty good seed so far. Most of the challenges I've been able to do first try with like pretty easy brain power, I'd say. I didn't even see it yet. I hate don't use physical attacks. It's funny. Brian actually shared with me the other day. He had one where it was don't use physical attacks and knock out your final opponent with a physical attack, which means it's just RNG, and I'm sure we're gonna see it when more people get to these stages. You just have to play it twice, so it'd be pretty unlucky. So 6 is knock out with an ultimate spell and don't use any elemental spells. So I know some people have had a little confusion on the difference, but your ultimate is actually not an elemental spell. It's classified as an ultimate. So I'll be able to do stage 6 in one go. I'm probably going to do a 1v1, and I just need to make sure I don't forget the challenges. So I need to kill his Cryptomon with an ultimate spell, and I need to not use Hydra, basically. And against a ghost, it might be kind of hard, actually, because like I said, the ghost trainers tend to spam panic attack from stuff I've seen. So we have don't use any elemental spells, so I can't use Hydra to speed up the battle, and I need to knock it out with an ultimate spell. And I'm actually getting slapped here. Alright, that's pretty good for me. Gosh, if I keep building up charges, there's a higher chance. So I think I'm gonna ultimate here just to get the battle going, and so I can get a damage check. So guaranteed, I'm gonna do at least 161 damage if they're not shielding, since ultimate spells cannot be evaded. So I know that my damage number to get them below is 161, which means now once I get enough charges, which it looks like I'm gonna get on the first try here, as long as I don't crit, I'm gonna guarantee this one in one go again. So knock it out with this spell. Like I said, guaranteed 161 there if they're not shielding, since ultimates cannot be evaded. Huge buff, I would say, to ultimate spells, so you can guarantee that you get maximum damage for those six charges. Sorry, it's like my brain was loading with the loading screen. I don't know what happened there. So we'll check. It looks like we can use a bandage here without going over. We will actually activate Love Boost since it's so close as well. I don't think the speed will matter, but that is my fastest pet. So we'll go here. All right, so we're on stage 6 and we first shot every challenge so far. Let's see if we can keep that going. So stage 7, win the battle. Do not use any physical spells during the battle, which I think, if I could like categorize the star challenges, I think this would be like a S tier challenge, not using any physical spell. And then knock out your opponent's final Cryptomon using an elemental spell. So good for me. There's nothing that requires me to use multiple pets here. So I'm going to go in with just one pet. The rewards are only determined by the number of stars you get in a day, and it's easier to get more stars if you have more Cryptomon, but you don't need multiple Cryptomon. As you've seen, I've done, I think, 4 or 5 of these stages with just one pet. And I was talking and I forgot the challenges, and you can't see them in game, so I need to go check again. So no physical spells and knock out with an elemental spell. So a little bit of a spoil here, but we're against Lapis and Eva, which is from the comics here, the lore. So we are going to shield and Hydra our way through this battle, because although we've kind of dubbed them utility spells, your 4-cost spells are classified as elemental spells. So I can kill Lapis with either Hydra or Meteor here to complete the challenge. So if you have access to it, a fire type with the utility Hydra is going to make the stages where you can't use physical attacks a lot easier. Because I'm just, even though I'm spamming shield, I'm getting a lot of damage over time. So Lapis just used static electricity into my fire type as a water type, which is actually a little worrisome. 172 on a crit when I shielded. All right. Thankfully, out of charges here, so they're gonna physical attack or shield, which means I can reproc Hydra. But I might need to use a healing item this round. We'll see. We'll see if another. Okay, they're shielding during their spells. So that is where I think players will have a little bit of an advantage. At the end of the day, it is AI, so they're not going to make the best choices at every turn. So even if your pets are a little weaker, you should be able to sneak out wins despite going in at a little bit of a disadvantage. So I was able to complete the no physical attacks and knock out with an elemental spell right there. So we'll skip it so we don't ruin the story and the lore for you. We'll continue on. So far, we've one-tried every challenge, every stage, which is great. And we get our gold consumable chest here. I've talked to the team and Brian about making these a little bigger because I have terrible eyesight where my glasses. So I'm squinting to see. I believe that's a elemental charge potion, small, and I believe that is a large. What's the elixir that increases your elemental damage? But yeah, I've talked to them. It's like the brawn box is huge, and then those battle consumables I'm squinting at. All right, stage 8 here. We got 2 stages left, and we've one-shot every challenge so far. We'll see if we can finish chapter 5 in one go. So we have to win the battle. We have to use a spell that triggers elemental efficiency, and then knock out my opponent's final Cryptomon using an elemental spell. This should be a pretty easy go as long as I don't forget and mess up the last challenge. And like always, when I have to trigger elemental efficiency, I like to bring in 3 pets. Even though it makes the game a lot longer, it increases the chance that I have elemental advantage, which I have here over both of their electro types with Amber. Oh no, Fahar, I can't lose. I am unbeatable. Everyone knows that. Since I've gotten a Cryptomon, I have never lost a battle. And you can quote me on that. I'm undefeated, and any images that show otherwise are actually deep fakes. Are edited. People that are just jealous of how good I am at the game. I have never lost a battle, and I never will. So, my thing is to trigger elemental efficiency 3 times and knock out with an elemental spell, I believe. Like I said, I have the memory of a goldfish. So if you're doing this, I recommend taking a screenshot of the challenge, or if you're on your computer, take a quick screen capture and just have it up on your monitor, on a second monitor, something like that. Because I think a lot of people will miss out on a challenge just because they forget what it is. But I believe this one is, since I brought 3 pets, I know that it's one of them is trigger elemental efficiency, and another one is knock out the final with an elemental spell. No, so I think I'd remember if I'd lose or if I lost. I'm pretty sure I'm undefeated. The ultimate spell here did 161 against that other Cryptomon. I don't know the defensive stats on this, so there's a chance. Oh, the perfect 164. Oh, that's awesome. So now I need to make sure that I knock out with an elemental spell, because that was knockout with an ultimate spell, which is a different thing. So I haven't completed any of the challenges so far. But I got a ton of enemy health to work with, so I'm not too worried. Actually, that's a little worrisome, because I can't swap in elemental advantage, so I'm just gonna block. We're gonna block away. I believe this is, well, this one's electro water. The other one I believe is ice. Sometimes I mess up ice and ghost because it can both use white. But it looks like I'm free to build up as many charges as I want. You really don't want to use physical attacks while you're under the effects of Wall of Wind, just because it's not super efficient, but I'm just building up charges. So we'll swap in, and I think we're gonna sweep the rest of this game with Amber. She's doing 144 per elemental spell here with elemental advantage. So a crit here will knock it out. Let's see if I'm lucky. Ah, not lucky. Never lucky. Oh, and then they get the crit on the ultimate there. Brutal. But we'll just keep spamming this. 171. This one might have a little bit less crazier resistance. No crits here. What is that? 3 turns with no crits now? 3 or 4? I don't know if maybe my physical attack on Hydra crit. Okay, so that's definitely 4 turns no crit. Are we gonna go 5 turns no crit? Ah, there's the crit. Crit evade. I guess they also got no evades when I got no crits, so the world balances out. And then I see you, DKS. Thank you for the support. That's awesome. I like Lapis too. I'm sad she didn't end up being a fish head, but you know, that's my thing. So she can keep the coral looking fins. So it looks like we are going to one-shot every stage in Chapter 5 here, which is going to be great. Maybe it's a little bit of like stream luck, because as you can see, I actually had 5 stamina potions, and I had to use 1 the other day, because I just got a brutal set of challenges. So we're on stage 9. We have to win the battle. We have to win with 70 health points, or 70% health points left, and then we have to generate 20 elemental charges from physical attacks. So we're going to make sure all of my pets are full health when we go into this. We got full health. Like I said, or I don't know if I've said this, I saw it in the chat earlier. You need to make sure that you are above 80 to go into the game with full health. Because there's like the Tamagotchi health bar, and then there's the battle health bar. So as long as you're above 80 in Tamagotchi, you're going to be at 100% when you go into battle. So when I see a challenge like this, that is keep a Cryptomon above 70%, it basically means I'm going to do a 2v3. Because I'm not going to risk... If you have a grass type, you can play a little differently since you can heal. But since I'm not bringing in any grass type, I'm just going to try and 2v3 this stage and then just spam physical attacks. So we'll make sure Hydra's first since that's my fastest pet. We have Panic Attack on Fish Sticks. Since I have to use 20 physical attacks, I'm probably going to build up a lot of charges, and I'll want to steal them back. So 560 here on this one. The Ghost has low health, and the Ice has a ton of health, but I can Hydra that to bring it down. So as you can see here, the further the stages get, the longer it's going to take you. The stream's been going for about 50 minutes, and I've been playing, I would say, for like 80% of it. Maybe 70% it. So these challenges are going to take you a long time to complete, which is good. I kind of like that kind of mobile game system where you go in and you play for an hour, 2 hours every day, and you like kind of max out your rewards for that day. And the rewards are good. So you can see here, if you max out all 27 stars, I'm going to get armor scraps, which is going to go to upgrading this armor. Because man, I'm worried. If I'm struggling a little bit on this, I don't know what's gonna happen when it comes to hero mode. Oh, so they get a crit on the ultimate spell there. So right now, Trep, the requirement, it's in like early access, aka beta, for our trainers club, but it is set to go live for everyone sometime this month. So within the next few weeks, everyone's gonna get to access it. All you will need is one Cryptomon. But if you're trying to get the full 27 stars, and just for like PvP functions, the game is definitely meant to be played with a team of 3. But you can complete story challenge and progress with just one pet. Yeah, so air will be good. You'll be able to use your Wall of Wind spell to lock them in and take reduced damage, which will be nice for those long drawn out battles. We actually have a decent chunk of charges here, so I'm gonna spend them. Normally I would swap in Amber so I could use Shock for elemental efficiency. But one, I was running out of time. 2, I was worried about him stealing it. So we'll steal and we'll reset the charges here. And gotta remember, one of the challenges is to keep them above 70%. Which, did I already mess that up actually? Let's see, 10% would be 52. So it looks like Fish Sticks is actually just above 70%, because 10% would be 52 health, which means 20% would be losing 100 health. So if I do my math super quick, I believe Fish Sticks is just above the threshold. I'm actually gonna pull up a calculator, because times 0.7. Yeah, so as long as Fish Sticks is above 364, I'll be able to complete that 70 health challenge. I completely forgot that that was one of my challenges. Do 99. So if I get a lucky crit on the next one, I can knock this out. But they don't have enough to heal, which is great. Because in PvP, when I've come close to losing, it's usually because of these pesky grass types that are healing. So great matchup here. Drop Hydra on the ice type. They're going to burn for like 80 damage a turn. 78. Beautiful. And I live, which is great, which means I'll be able to get another Hydra off later on in the game. We'll see. This is going to be close. That 70 health restriction making it a 2v3 is kind of hard. So for one Cryptomon, Trep, I do have some accounts that I play just one pet on, because I try and see like the experience of everyone, so I can provide feedback to the team and like, okay, like how does it work if someone does have access to just one pet? So I would recommend, 1, you definitely got to do your dojo matches every day for those 3-star tickets, and then 2, you got to make sure that he's trained. You want to get that pet to level 50 as fast as possible. I think you'll be able to get up to chapter 4 maybe completely solo, maybe even 5 completely solo with just one pet. I do think you'll struggle if you go to the hero mode, which is the super endgame mode, with just one pet. That's when you might have to expand your team. So we are going to try and DPS as fast. Oh, perfect hit there. So we'll skip it. I don't want to spoil anything story-wise. And that's it. That completes chapter 7 for us. We were able to one-shot every challenge and get all 27 stars, which is going to get me 2 armor scraps, which I'm going to use to upgrade my armor or do an armor giveaway. Since I'm a little bit ahead of everyone else, since I was doing testing and a little bit of early access. yeah, I can show you levels. So we're able to complete all challenges. You can see the reward track, completed it out, and then in the top left of the stream, you're gonna see that 20-hour mark. In 20 hours, I'm able to do this all again and earn all the rewards again, which is huge. Getting those 4 star tickets is just insane. Along with the dojo, that's gonna be 7 star tickets a day, which adds up, what is that, over a week? That's gonna be 49 star tickets if you do your story chapter and your dojo every day. Just an insane amount of stuff, good things here in the story chapter. It's free to do every day, and you can see in the bottom right, you have 3 free replays if you want to try and get another star or 2 that you missed on a previous level to hit a threshold. So great rewards. I think pretty enticing gameplay, because every battle you're going to have to go in and do something different. As you saw here on stage 7, I wasn't allowed to use physical spells, which completely changes how I play the game. And then on stage 5, I had to use elemental efficiency spells, which means I had to bring in like a diverse team and make sure that I know my matchup. So super awesome, great rewards, which is like number 1 in my book. I want it to be rewarding to do the play, and fun. So fun, great rewards. You resets every day, which is great. Every day you come in, play for an hour, max out your rewards, and then you can play longer. In the dojo, you can see here, go to the dojo. I won't actually do a battle right now, but do the dojo, get your tickets there. But Trep, as for training, you can actually go, if you go to the training bar, you're going to see their level here. 1 second. Sorry about that, I have a little bit of a cough. But you can go here to see their training level, or you can click on the information and you can see the actual values. It doesn't have a great resolution on my phone because I have my phone hooked up to a monitor. I got a little bit of a scuffed setup resolution wise, but you can see the actual training values. So when that purple bar gets maxed out, it means your pet is max training. So you can see here, Kai, I'm still training. So some of the stats are like a full purple bar, and then some are a small purple bar. And then if we go to the training tab here, you can see the different levels. Yeah, so an average of 15. I think if you have one pet at level 15, you'll probably be able to clear chapter 1, and you might struggle your way through chapter 2. But you're definitely, if you want to get to chapter 5 and fight, you're going to need to be level 50. Because if we look at the pets I used, we have Fish Sticks, which is maxed out except for the secondary element, which actually didn't really affect battle because her secondary element is Ghost, which I used to just steal charges. Amber's maxed out, and then my Hydra pet is maxed out. So in that chapter 5, I was using maxed out high tier pets. They all have stats they excel at. So my fire type has 91 attack with 96 main element. Amber, although she has low attack, she has so she only has 57 attack, but she has 98 main element and 97 secondary. So you need to bring in pets that you know their strengths, and they need to be trained. I think definitely when you hit chapter 5, you're going to need some of that optimization there. But it's fine, because even though I've completed chapter 1, yeah, and like I said, everyone starts off, all of my pets started at level 1. It just takes time. And you get those star tickets. I believe you get star tickets in chapter 1. I actually can't select it here. But even if you've completed a chapter, if the next one becomes too hard for you, the next day you can just repeat a chapter you've already done for those rewards. So if you hit a point where you think you're a little too weak, you just do the earlier chapter, earn the rewards, and use those rewards to train or like get stronger armor and stuff like that. Yeah, so another thing there, you're going to get 3 boxes per day per pet, which is going to be 3 training tickets in your daily box if you have 1 pet. Then you're going to get 3 star tickets through the dojo mode. And then I believe, I forget the reward in chapter 1. I believe it's also 3 or 2. So that puts you at like 7 7 tickets a day total, 3, 6, 7 to 9. And then if you pick up one additional pet, which is the four pets, even if it's not the best pet, that's going to give you 3 more additional boxes up until you can get 12 a day. And at those 12 boxes, you're going to get, oh, so you have the tickets. It's just doing the training, huh? Yeah. So as you can see, I also have a decent stockpile of tickets here. I have 1,500 tickets. And that's because I have a ton of pets in this wallet that I use to kind of generate me resources for my other main pets. So I have some pets that are here just for like their aura and because I like them, and for quests that I'm not training. So then I use the resources that the game gives me for free for those pets, and I use it to funnel and make one pet super strong. That too, Trep. I don't think, I know, I forget, I see Axel in the chat. Do you know what week of quests we're on? Okay, hey Toots, Crypt Toots, I just saw your message. So after you complete story chapter 6, which is the final chapter, you're going to unlock random and hero mode. So this is going to have you replay one of the previous chapters with an increased difficulty with random challenges every day. So it kind of gives you that unlimited replayability. It's just going to increase the difficulty of those previous chapters, give you random, even harder quests, or a random harder star challenges in those mode with the best reward possible. So if you're looking to earn Kamon from the play to earn, this is where it's going to be, by completing these harder modes. Week 52. So if so it's currently week 51. So I have completed and logged in. It'd be funny if I asked Salty Dog, which is someone that you might see him around on Telegram. He does like marketplace and analytics and stuff, and he can track game time. It'd be interesting to see how many hours I've played Cryptomon in the last year, because I've actually completed every week of challenges since they've been released. It's like one of my goals is to complete the quest every week. And one of those weeks was brutal. I had to buy 3 gold chests to get 1 steak. It was But now, oh shoot, I don't want to leak it. I think it's been released. I'll have to check because I'm not allowed to leak. But yeah, I'll check it out, and if I remember, I'll bring it up next time, or I'll drop it in chat, something like that. I don't think it's public yet, so I'm gonna stop. So max tickets is 9. No, so you can max out your daily boxes max out at 12, and each one of those boxes will have 1 ticket in it. So you're going to max out at 12 tickets a day in your boxes. But then it's a little more than 12, because you're going to get 12 from your boxes. Then you're going to get 3 from the dojo if you play. And then with Story Challenge coming out, I believe in Chapter 1, you get an additional 3 more. Which, quick math, I think puts you at 18 a day. But you can see, I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to my boxes. But they're also inflated. I don't know, some of you might remember if you were here. The game went down for a few days, so the team distributed people all the daily boxes they've missed in bronze boxes, so I'm just hoarding it. Are there ways to acquire new? Yeah, so there are one, which is probably the highest chance way, which still isn't great, is by doing the treasure hunt each month. There are some eggs allotted for that, so your odds aren't great, but if you do enough hunts, I know I've gotten 1 egg, and I think that's with like 8 hunts under my belt, so it was 8 months of doing the hunt once. Yeah, it's a little confusing, but I don't know the last time you checked it out. We have a new app for it, an in-house app, which we have a little bit more control over. Still in the not testing phases, but like 1 step above that. We did it with the last hunt to try and get some of those bugs figured out. but it's going to get better and better every hunt because we'll have more data to work on. So there's that. The team runs events, giveaways every once in a while. And shameless plug, you can check out the guild section in Discord. There are different guilds that'll run activities and things, and you might be able to get one through a guild there. So I won't mention any affiliations, but there are always, but then obviously end of the day, the best way to do it is to go to the market. I think you can get like a decent A tier with the right research and patience for around $30, which I know isn't cheap by any means for a mobile game. But if you get if you're playing the game for over a month and you want to progress and get that team of 3, a solid team of 3, it might be best end of the day to just look for one of those pets around like 15 to 30 and train it. Because the most important thing for this story challenge is to make sure it's trained. You want to hit that level 50, that way you have the max stats. Yeah, so obviously I've been collecting Cryptomon for a long time. I was here for the initial airdrop, then I was moderator, and now I do live streams and I do the customer support. Sorry about that. So I've been collecting for a while. Just like any other marketplace, there's highs and there's lows. People were like, oh, eggs are way too expensive. Oh, eggs are way too cheap. Right now, I think we're in one of the lower ends of that. We're on the part where eggs, I think, are pretty affordable. I think if you find the marketplace and you talk to some of the existing players who scour the marketplace, you'll be able to find some great deals. I know I have some people that I talk to. We've made a small group, and you can check us out. We have people that are finding like SS Aura pets, which are like high statted. It's just an unofficial ranking for like 0.6 BNB, which yes is pretty expensive, but in terms of what I bought some of my pets for, it's a steal of a deal, and I'm jealous every time. Yeah, so that's the thing. You'll be able to upgrade through game mechanics. I'm a bit of a cheapo and a hoarder as well. As I hoard my items, I always want to make sure I have all my items. Like the consumables I've been getting for free, I just stack them up because I'm like, oh, like this is a consumable. I don't want to consume it just because that's how my mental is as a player. But as far as earning more pets, I think you just have to buy them, and then you train them. So I know some people put a premium on trained pets, but if you don't mind training and doing that, you can get a little bit of a better deal. Yep, stacking consumables for the random or hero mode, good. As same thing, I actually had to use, I had a pretty hard one the other day. I forget the exact specifics. I think it was like generate using defensive spells and be above 70% health. So it's like they want me to get hit and also be above a certain health threshold. But if you look at my wallet, I'm lacking any grass. This is a ghost grass. So it's like I have no way to heal off that damage, so it kind of trolls myself. So I had to use some of my health potion. But that's the thing. It resets daily, so you can't hoard too much. Use them to make sure it helps you progress. But yeah, so it's gonna be great. I think if you can make it to chapter, actually you'll hear, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. Is chapter 3 when you start earning the armor scraps? Nice. Gen 7 unfreezable. That's a solid one. If you ping me, I don't know if you are active in our Telegram or Discord. I can talk to you more about like team comps, stuff like that. And maybe try and even help you find a deal or get you started. How many people are here? I don't want to get myself in too much trouble. I have a ton of Cryptomon and I love helping people get started. So if you reach out to me, I may have an extra pet in the reserve that I can send your way to get you started. I'll do stuff like that. I've given away the NFT power up boosts like that. I'm gonna be giving away armor. Yeah, I have 3 club. Perry will not let me forget this. I have three club badges that I'm giving away through a Discord thing. So I love to help out active community members. So if you're making an effort and trying to progress and you need a $20 pet or a $40 pet, I have no problem helping that. I know I also have a deal with Soul Calibur who's in the chat. I have a beautiful, I don't think the fish head's in this wallet anymore because I had to do some restructuring. But it's a beautiful blue and green fish head that I'm giving away to him when he meets me in the open world. So, yeah, when you're ready to go in, reach out. We got stuff for dedicated players. If you're in the live stream with 18 people and you chilled here for a few hours, I'd be happy to help you progress if you feel stuck. Stuff like that. All right. Wouldn't it be great, Lonefish, if I just opened up my my outfit and I had a hat to put on? That'd be great. That would make Perry so tilted if I could just throw on a hat. But no, the outfit section in the game isn't fully fleshed out. As you can see here, it says Kmon's name, which isn't my account name, and stuff like that. Not fully fleshed out, but those hoodies are going to be rare. I need to snag one. I got my gold hunt badge, and I got my Kmon bag and my pet goal, but now I need the drip, the flex. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. We went about an hour. We went through chapter 1. If you guys are interested, we might do, when we unlock normal or heroic mode, we might do a stream of that as well to show you just how hard it is. You're going to see me spam my items, my consumables. But we can do stuff like that too as people progress and get through that. So we'll keep you up to date. I like the streams, stuff like that. But that's going to be it for today. You can always tag me in Telegram or Discord, just at Towa001 on both, or just Towa, all up here, or post a picture of a fish head. All will get me there. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you're at. Stream, I was up at 6 a.m. to get started because it's just when we do streams. So I'm going to get my coffee and some breakfast and then start working on some Elemental Showcase videos. I know if you've seen the first one, my Pokemon got the best of me, and Perry pointed it out. I said fire beats grass, which is true in Pokemon, but not in Cryptomon. So we're going to have to correct that or put a disclaimer there. So do some more content today. But good luck on your guys' story challenge today. I hope you get all 27 stars. And I'll see you in the next level up.